Welcome back to Traslino's Adventures. And do we have a flying adventure today? We're trying to get out of Manila and go to Boracay, one of the most beautiful islands in all the world. But first, we got to get out of Manila. You cannot believe how huge Manila is. Just the downtown area has 16 square miles with nearly 2 million people in it. And if you count the surrounding area, you're going to get 104, because it's double, 146 million people per mile. That's crazy. And then if you count everything together, it's 25 million, well, nearly 25 million. Density of, no, it's more than that. No, it's about 25 million people altogether. Yeah, the urban area, including the surrounding provinces, is even larger, exceeding 25 million people. It took forever to fly, and you know how fast planes go as they take off. I mean, they're going between 200 and 350 miles, just starting speed. And it just keeps on going and going and going until you get to the port, and then it finally starts to ease out. But it is a huge city. It's unbelievable. I was there 2 weeks, and the only reason I stopped there instead of flying to Cebu, which is more advised, is because I needed to go to the VA, Veterans Clinic. So once I got my meds and a regular checkup, I decided, okay, I'll stay. I was only going to stay there a couple of days, but I said, I'll stick it out and see what's in here. And yeah, it's enjoyable, but again, the hustle and bustle and millions of people and the traffic. I had been told it was a crime-ridden area, but everybody was so friendly. Everybody tried to help. I must have gotten a million, not a million, but 1,000 smiles per day from the Filipinos. And, you know, I only went out a couple of times, walked around the 2 different hotels that I stayed in. But it was fine. I've been to other big cities like Argentina, and it was safe to me. The area, at least the areas I was in, but of course I did see a lot of police patrols. There's a lot of areas where they have several walking foot patrols and cars going by. I guess those are mostly the tourist areas. But I was never bothered. I never felt like I was, in danger. I walked out to some of the local markets. I'd walk 5 miles, 7 miles in a couple of hours, and never did I feel in danger. Like they say, oh, Manila's the worst place. And it is the biggest city in Asia, and Asia is huge. You're talking about Thailand, Vietnam, South Korea, Japan, and this is the biggest city. But yeah, finally flew out. It's only it was supposed to be 45 minutes from Manila to Boracay. Like I said, it's about 300 miles. But the pilot managed to do it in a lot less. He did it in about 30 minutes. I mean, it was amazing flight, smooth. Only when we were getting right at Caticlan, which is the bigger island next to Boracay, did we get some turbulence. But it was a very smooth flight, very quick. The flight started, I think it was only like $80, and it was going to take 45 minutes. I thought about taking the ferry, and it would have only been like $30, but it was going to take 12 hours at the very least. And I know it was going to be a hot and humid ride, and I would have had to take it off at 7 in the morning to get there at 8 at night, and it would have been quite exhausting. It would have been a trip, but I do want to take the ferry one of these days, long distance in the Philippines, but I opted for the quicker option. Pay up and get there in 30 minutes. What more do you want? But as you can see from the view from the window of the airplane, it's just a beautiful day. It was like, excuse me, 86 degrees. Everything was clear. The winds were only like, I think the pilot said 15 to 20 when we took off, and they were going to increase to about 25 when we were landing. But everything went smoothly. It was a fantastic, beautiful flight, as you can see. But I might have to speed up that city takeoff because, man, it was a long ways to get out of the city of Manila, biggest city in Asia. Well, like I said, thank you for returning to Trasvino's Adventures, and let's make a quick landing here and get into one of the most beautiful islands that I have ever seen. Even though, well, I have been to the Galapagos Islands, and that's in the top 10, as well as Mallorca. There was another one. I visited 3 of the major islands, but as far as the clear water and the palm trees, oh, it's Sicily. Sicily was the other one that's high up on the list. I don't know if they're the 4th. But all those are like rocky areas, even Galapagos too, where you don't see the palm trees right on the edge, and here you do. You know, when I landed in Manila, I didn't think I was in the Philippines because I couldn't see a palm tree for the 50 or 60 foot skyscrapers, but now I feel like I'm in the Philippines here at Boracay. It's just palm trees and beautiful, clear, crystal blue waters and nearly white sand, and hundreds of, well, thousands of people that are coming in. I landed here Wednesday. Today is Friday. It's only been my 3rd day. And every day that I go to the beach area towards the evening for the sunset, it's just more and more crowded. Today was the heaviest. I'll have to do a series of little videos here to show you the last 3 days. I've taken so much content because it's just so beautiful. So many things to do here. But as you can see here, as we're coming in, getting closer, it's very vegetated. I was amazed to see a lot of pine trees, but it is very vegetated. Normally it's not as dense here, but Boracay, of course, is very dense because of the tourists, and I think this is the start of peak season right now, right at February, and yeah, it's pretty crowded, but I love it here. I'm already looking at. Was going to be here 2 weeks till the 25th of February, but I'm looking now at renting a longer stay at one of the either boarding houses or small apartments, and it'll be a lot less. I think I can get an apartment here for $500. That's including utilities, and you can't find that at any resort island in the States, or especially Europe. But yeah, here we are, coming to a nice, quick, smooth landing in Boracay. No, it's not Boracay. You land in the bigger mainland right before you get to Boracay, Caticlan, it's called. Then you have to take a ferry. Well, first you got to get out of the airport. Then you take a ferry. Then you get to Boracay, and then you have to take another smaller shuttle to get to your hotel. I bought a ticket. Your tour guide to Boracay, because you got to pay some taxes and stuff to get into Boracay itself. And I thought I had overpaid. I mean, I paid like close to $40 for the ticket to come from Cataclan to my hotel. But it was well worth it because the lines are so long. You know, I could have probably done it for about half that price for $20, but it would have taken 4 times as long. Because with this, with these guides, this Boracay guides, they go to the front all the time. They're you paid them to be privileged, and they go to the head. You don't go. They go to the head of the line, and they take your ticket, and they get everything ready for you. So I landed. They picked me up at the airport. They take me on a shuttle directly to the ferry. From the ferry, once I land in Boracay, there's another group waiting, and these were all. They had some students in training, you know, and they had 4 young ladies, high school age, there when I landed at the airport, and they took my bags. I said, they're heavy, and they said, no, we can do it. And they take my bags, and they take me to the shuttle, and then the shuttle takes me to the ferry, and at the ferry, you know, they help me into the ferry boat itself. And then when I land over there, there's another group of 3 girls waiting for me, and they take everything out, and it was just fun. And they were all joking and playing and asking, you know, where are you from and everything. So I got the royal treatment, and I got there. I know I did it in about an hour's time from the time of landing, and it would have taken me a good 2 hours, easily 2 hours. For half the price, yeah, but it was fun doing it that way. So if you get a chance, yeah, take my tour guide to Boracay. If you got the cash, well, do it. You save time, you have fun. And here I am now, this beautiful island. Look at the sand, look at how the mountain ridge there, the clouds are always over it. And this is when I got here, you know, late in the afternoon. I think plane landed at 2:30, so this is about after I got to the hotel and everything. This is about 4 p.m. and this was Wednesday. There was very few people there. Later on, in a couple of videos after this, you'll see how dense it was today on Friday. Oh my God, you could barely walk on the beach. But it is one of the most beautiful beaches I've seen, even though I've been to 3 or 4 of the best ones in the world. And I'm glad to be here, and I'm already ready to extend my 2 weeks and make it possibly 2 months, if I can hitch up with a nice apartment and pay monthly rent at $500 for the 2 weeks of stay here. The hotel was $500. But this is, you know, you're trying to rent a hotel at a luxury island. It's gonna be expensive. Normal rent, you know, in the Philippines is about $300 to $500, but at a resort, I mean, at a top-notch island, it's gonna be a lot more. Oh, thank you so much for viewing Tresvino's Adventures, now in Boracay, Philippines, and a lot more to come from the Philippines. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. Bye for now.